Hello and welcome to my next video in my plant making series. I've previously shown you how to make a variety of plants and these are the last 4. All of these are hand cut, so you don't need a cutting machine and you don't even need to print out a template. I'll be showing you how to make the templates from scratch. In order to follow along, you're going to need some felt, a pair of scissors, some paper, a pencil, a disappearing or magic fabric pen, a ruler and some glue. For the felt, I used Wool Blend Craft Felt in a variety of green colours, and for the glue I used UHU all-purpose adhesive. Basically, you just need something clear and fast drying. Hot glue would also work. Okay, so for the first plant you'll need a square of paper that measures 9 by 9 centimetres. Fold it in half so the fold is on the left hand side. And then fold it in half again so that the fold is along the bottom edge. Mark about 1.5 centimetres from the corner along both folded edges. Use these marks as a guide to draw a quarter circle shape. You then want to draw 1.5 leaves onto this square of paper. You want to keep these lines about 1 centimetre or so away from that quarter circle. Don't worry about being too accurate, I just did this by eye. You want the shape of the leaves to be as symmetrical as possible and you want a kind of point or spike in the centre. Cut along these lines and that should give you a shape like this. If you don't like the shape of the leaves at this point, then you can fold the paper back up again and alter them. You then want to use your fabric pen to draw around this template onto your felt. You want 3 of these shapes in total. Then cut along those lines. This will give you 3 ring shapes. You want to open up 2 of the rings by cutting between 2 leaves, like so. And then you'll want to cut the 3rd ring into individual leaves. You can trim these leaves a bit if you like, just to make them neater and more symmetrical. Next, you need to join those individual leaves together. So apply glue to the right hand side of all but one of those leaf shapes. Make sure the glue just stays on that diagonal edge. You don't want it too close to the point. Then join these leaves together in an arch. Next, you'll want to join the 2 rings together to make a chain. So add a bit of glue on one end of one of the rings and join it to the other ring. This should form a continuous spiral. Once that's dry, apply glue to the inside edge of the ring that's on top. Then roll that felt into a spiral. Then apply glue to the rest of the inside edge and continue to roll up the felt. You'll end up with one big spiral. Then add glue to one end of the chain of individual leaves and then join the ends together to make a kind of bowl shape. To finish, just glue the spiral of felt into the centre of this bowl shape. And that's it, that's the first plant completed. For the second design, you once again need to start with a square of paper that measures 9 centimetres by 9 centimetres. Just as before, fold it in half and then in half again. Make sure the folds are on the left and bottom edges and then draw in that quarter circle that's about 1.5 centimetres from the corner. You then need to draw in 2.5 leaf shapes a short distance from this quarter circle. In comparison to the previous plant design, these leaves are narrower and more rounded. Then cut out this shape, making sure to cut through all the layers of paper. You should then have a shape a bit like this. Use this as a template to cut out 3 identical shapes from felt. Open up these rings like so by cutting between 2 leaves on each shape. You then need to attach these 3 shapes together in a chain. So apply glue to the ends of 2 of the shapes and then connect them like so. Once it is dry, add glue to the inside edge of the top piece of felt. Roll this up, like so, into a spiral. Then apply glue to the inside edge of the next felt shape and roll that up. And do the same for the last piece as well. And that's the second plant completed. Then for the third plant design, we're going to be making a taller plant. So we're going to start with a paper square that measures 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters. Do the same as you did previously and fold the paper in half and then in half again. Then draw that quarter circle, again about 1.5 centimeters from the corner. This time you'll need to draw longer leaves that are tapered at the end, and you'll need 3.5 of them. As usual, try and make them evenly spaced. Then cut out this shape and use it as a template to cut out 2 identically sized pieces from your felt. Then open up each of the shapes by cutting between 2 leaves. Unlike with the previous plants, I'm not going to join these shapes into a chain first. Instead, I'm just going to apply glue to the inside edges and then roll one of the shapes into a spiral. And then I just wrap the other shape around this central spiral. Try to start wrapping the second shape where the first shape finished. And that's it, that's the third plant completed. For the fourth plant design, we're going to do a kind of stick design, which is good for the edges of a display. To make it, you first need to cut out a piece of felt that measures 5 by 10 centimeters. Apply glue all over and then tightly roll it up into a stick shape. Leave this to dry. Then cut out a strip of felt that's only a little bit wider than this stick shape. Cut a small rectangle off this strip and then cut this into a leaf shape. Ideally, you want each leaf to have a short straight edge at the base. Use this shape as a template to cut out more leaves. In total, I cut out 18 leaves. Add a little glue to the base of each leaf and then pinch them together at the base like so to make them into 3D shapes. Once those leaves are dry, you simply attach them to the felt stick. Glue the leaves a pair at a time so that you can add them to opposite sides of the stick. And then I just add the rest of the leaves, one pair at a time. And that's it, that's the final felt plant completed. I really hope you'll watch the rest of my video series, and thank you very much for watching.